Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kyle Morgan, and I am the student body president of Maynard High School. At this time, all right. At this time, I invite all of you to take a seat as I am proud to introduce the graduating class of 2017.
Superintendent Girardi, members of the school committee, Principal Karajanis, class advisor Ms. Dowd, faculty members, families, friends, and fellow graduates, good afternoon. My name is Janelle Carr, and I'm the president of this class of 2017. We are a diverse class who have truly grown and developed throughout these past 13 years. I would like to start off by welcoming Garvey Cummings, the president of the class of 2018, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, if everybody could just quickly rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I would like to welcome up Michaela Barbagallo and Caitlin Fields to sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I would like to start this ceremony off by welcoming Brenna Smith, Rachel Thompson, Siobhan Kels, Ryan Henderson, and Caitlin Fields up. Together we make up the class of 2017 student government, and we will be reading Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss.
Okay. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guide that decides where you'll go. You look up and down the streets, looking with care. About some, you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down some not-so-good streets. And you may not find any that you want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air.
Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang, and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't.
I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true, that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up like a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on, you'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win?
And if you go in, should you turn left or right in 3/4, or maybe not quite, or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker-upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start into race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace, and grind on for miles, across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place, for people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or the waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you.
Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping once more, you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of a guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There's fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame. You'll be as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV, except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too, games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something that you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack and cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 90 3/4% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So be your name Bucksbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Alley Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Next, I would like to welcome the Maynard High School Concert Chorus, directed by Cindy Blanchard.
You want to just go sit down? Okay, next I would like to welcome up Janelle Carr.
First off, I would like to take a moment to congratulate the class of 2017. Every single one of us has worked hard to get to this moment and has contributed to this diverse class. Our class is made up of about 90 individuals, some who come from countries such as Norway and Italy, some who have been here since kindergarten, and others who have joined us along the way. No matter where we are from or how long we have been here, every one of us has helped form this unique community. We all contribute to our community in our own ways, whether it's juggling or playing football or hosting a show on WAVM. We all have our own roles, whether it's being part of a sports team, student government, or acting in the school play. Being a member of the class of 2017 has helped us grow and learn how to be productive members of society. Not only do we play a big part at Maynard High School, but we are also a crucial part of the larger Maynard community. This ceremony marks that each of us will be moving on from this little town that we call home. Whether we are starting a new job, getting a higher education, or are unsure of what our next step is, I can guarantee that at some point in the future, we will all be part of a new community. One that may not be so familiar or comforting, one that may ask us to step outside of our comfort zone, and one that will teach us more than we could ever expect. I hope that each of us brings what we have learned from Maynard into any other communities we may be a part of. Furthermore, I hope that after we go out and experience what life has to offer, we will come back and share what we have learned. This does not necessarily mean we have to come back and live in Maynard, but that we will remember where we came from. Remember all of the good and bad from our time in the Maynard public school system, and cherish every minute we have had to spend as a class. From this moment on, we will never be in the same group of people at the same time, ever. For this reason, I beg of everyone sitting behind me to be thankful for all that we have shared and take advantage of every opportunity you may be presented with. And try to remember all that Maynard has taught us and use those teachings for whatever life throws your way. After all, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Once again, congratulations to Maynard High School's class of 2017. I would also like to include that our gift to the school is a time capsule. It is buried in the front of the high school, and it's going to be opened in about 30 years. Next, I would like to welcome up Rachel Thompson, the co-valedictorian of the class of 2017.
On our last day here at Maynard High School, I'm not going to lie to you. Potentially contrary to popular belief, the class of 2017 is not all best friends. We disagree, fight, disappoint each other, and forget to get our dues in. But I invite any of you to give me a call when you find a perfectly harmonious group of 90 teenagers, or even 5 if that's a more realistic option. But regardless of the reputation that followed us from middle to high school, or the small disputes we find ourselves in, the class of 2017 always pulls together. We unite to cheer on the basketball team as our boys lead the way to state championships. And we offer reassuring words when the football team falls just short after a great season. And this is not unusual. Every school has spirit for sports teams, but what makes our class unique is that encouragement goes beyond a superficial athletic boundary. Students of the class of 2017 offer motivation individually every day. They peer tutor, they attend senior project presentations they're not even interested in, just to support their classmates. I've seen the class of 2017 rally around a friend who suffered from a horrible car accident and show him the love and friendship everyone deserves, especially during the hard times. It can be hard to overlook the downfalls of our grade, but I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Upon the reflection of my years in the Maynard school system necessary to properly represent our class, I can tell you that before you sits a class undeserving of a bad reputation, a class dedicated not only to each other, but its community. Graduating today are students that have hundreds of community service hours under their belts, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. There are students who fought valiantly for their AP classes when the school underwent budget cuts, sheerly because they love to learn. They devote hours to musical productions just to be statues without a single line. That was me, freshman year. And work so diligently at after-school jobs, they get promoted to be managers as high schoolers. And not every student is passionate about academics, and they don't have to be. So if you're going to take life advice from an 18-year-old, do what many of my classmates have done and find what you're passionate about and chase it. I think high school tends to cultivate a mindset that the end goal is the good test grade or the award. It's the recognition, not the process. We cram our brains with material not to enjoy learning, but to pass a class. We crave the ever-sought label of all-state that even the most talented musicians or athletes may not receive. We join clubs, we assume leadership positions, not out of a desire to pursue the activity passionately, but for a well-rounded college application. As we exit high school today, I urge you to leave that mindset behind. The motivation behind your actions and the act of carrying them out is often far more important than what follows. Hold the door open for the person behind you to be kind, not to get a thank you. Go into this summer, college, and the rest of your life with the sole goal of doing the things you love and doing them well. If you can't take it from me, take it from Steve Jobs, who once said that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. With that, I'd like to thank everyone who has pushed me to do so well at what I love and persevere through the things I didn't love so much. I want to thank my teachers and Mrs. Koptev for everything she's done for me that had nothing to do with the piano. Thanks to my parents and my sisters, Taylor and Anakin, for showing me the way with friendship, and my friends for taking this journey with me, especially Alex for never letting me forget about the refugees. Last but not least, I'd like to thank and congratulate the class of 2017. I'm so excited to see where each of you goes, whether it be the military, a gap year, college, the workforce, or beyond. We made it. Thank you.
The next speaker has played an influential role in many of our high school careers. She was a teacher at Maynard High School for 3 years, pursuing a Doctor of Nursing practice degree. Please welcome Margaret Jones.
Thank you very much to the class of 2017. I am so honored to be a part of such a momentous occasion in your lives. This day marks the completion of a 13-year journey. I did out the math, and you have spent roughly 72% of your life on this path. Take a second to soak in this accomplishment. Notice the smiles of your classmates and the butterflies that may be fluttering around in your belly. Now take a look out into the crowd. These are your people, your family, your community. They have stood by you through your proudest moments and lifted you up during your most trying times. They have loved you through your terrible twos and your early teenage years. Let's face it, during both of those time periods, all you said to them was the word no. That's a hard job. You can feel their love and pride radiating out from the bleachers. It's all for you. As much as this is your day, this is their day too. The last 17 or 18 years of their lives have been dedicated to you. All of the sacrifices, sleepless nights, and tough conversations have brought them here. Be nice to them. Smile for pictures. It's kind of like one of those silly t-shirts. I got my kid to school at 7:45 in the morning for 13 years, and all I got was a lousy picture. Be sure to make it a good one. We spend so much of our life rushing from milestone to milestone that sometimes we forget to savor the present. Behind you lies a past filled with innumerable exams, projects, great joy, as well as some heartache. In front of you, there is promise of a fresh start, vast opportunity, and the great unknown. But here we are, gathered in the gym, celebrating you. You've made it. Every scraped knee on the playground, every victory and every defeat, all of the countless hours in the classroom, and each grumble about how many days are left until graduation brought you to this moment. Relish it. Quite frankly, when Janelle reached out to ask if I would speak at your graduation, I was first shocked, then humbled. I wasn't sure what advice I could offer you as you stand on the brink of this new chapter in your life. The truth of the matter is, some of the most valuable lessons I've learned about life have come from becoming your teacher. The first lesson I learned on my path to becoming a teacher was things don't always go according to plan. Upon graduating from college, I had zero clue what I was going to do. In classic millennial style, I moved back home with my longtime roomies, mom and dad. I was applying for jobs as a research assistant and whining about how any position that sounded remotely interesting required experience. Needless to say, the months of letter writing proved fruitless. In the meantime, though, I started working at Green Meadow as the building substitute. If you want a lesson in patience, work in an elementary school. I remember my first long-term gig was 2 weeks in a third grade classroom. Talk about sharks in the water. These 8-year-olds could smell my fresh blood. I remember walking into my mom's classroom, exacerbated after a particularly rough day in third grade. Her response was a really old song by Kenny Rogers. It goes something like this. You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. As she sang this to me, my blood promptly began to boil. How could my experience in a third grade classroom be equated to a song about gambling? What I think she meant by singing this was that you have to know when to let things go. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but lesson plans, like life, don't always go to plan. Show up anyway. Do the best that you can in every situation, and opportunities will present themselves. Be humbled by failure, but don't let it define you. Mountains are created through resistance. Every challenge represents an opportunity for growth. Which brings me to my next lesson. Learn from every opportunity. Mr. V presented me with one of the greatest opportunities I have received to date. He asked me to come to the high school to help him in his classroom as his health was declining. Accepting this position was a no-brainer. I saw this opportunity as a chance to give back to a person that had contributed immensely to my formal education. It also presented the chance to put my biology knowledge to good use. Through this experience, I learned that it is of the utmost importance to find meaning in your work. Find something that you love and do it with tenacity and passion. The difference you can make is unimaginable. What I witnessed happening in that classroom was complete devotion. Despite indescribable pain, Mr. V continued to teach. I may have taught those students biology that year, but he taught us about life. During those few months, the students and I witnessed something amazingly powerful, the resiliency of the human spirit, and for that I am grateful. There will be days when it will take every ounce of your energy to show up. Again, do it anyway. Be brave and be resilient. There will be people in your life that will tell you you can't do something and that you're not enough. But no, you are more than enough. The power inside of you is boundless. You just have to trust yourself. And with that, my final lesson is be fearless. There will be moments in your life when the morals and values that have been instilled in you will be tested. There will be people that will ask you to take the easy way when your gut is telling you to take the high road. These situations will define how you live your life. Try to make decisions from a place of courage rather than a place of fear. Listen to that little voice inside of you. Trust that you have the answers. Do not compromise your integrity for the path of least resistance. Do what you believe to be right, even if it is scary. Stand up for yourself and the purpose you wish to serve in this world. I have no doubt that all of you are capable of truly miraculous feats. I encourage you to go after something that lights you up and inspires you. In the spirit of embarking on your journey to find your place in the world, I'll leave you with this quote by civil rights leader Howard Thurman. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. From the bottom of my heart, congratulations to the class of 2017.
Next, I would like to welcome up Siobhan Kels, the co-valedictorian of the class of 2017.
Welcome, students, parents, faculty, and congratulations to the MHS class of 2017. I'd like to start this off by apologizing to everyone who has confused Rachel and myself at some point over the last 13 years. It isn't getting easier, apparently. These weeks leading up to graduation have flown by, as will today's ceremony. Then the summer will come and go, and it will be time for the next big step. However, I'd like to take this chance to slow down and appreciate this moment in time before it's gone. Sometimes graduation can feel like the only thing between you and freedom or summer or the next exciting adventure. This isn't a bad thing, as I'm of the opinion that it's always better to be excited for the future than to long for the past, but it's equally important to properly end one chapter before moving on to the next. Looking back, our class has come a long way since Green Meadow. I remember making the Polar Express out of cardboard boxes in kindergarten and the Dragon Parade in 3rd grade. I remember the daily struggle of my friend and partner in crime, Katie Campbell, in her attempts to squirt this one duty teacher with Go-Gurt tubes at lunch. I remember middle school, although sometimes I wish I didn't. However, we all made it, from Mr. Sinopoli's career videos to turning the school into a skate park. Jeremy eventually made it down from the basketball hoop, and despite the fact that we will never know why the sky is really blue, we moved on to high school. There our class grew with the addition of new students like Patty and Nick. It was also in high school that I first met Alex Cusick, a much more socially conscious version of the neighbor Alexander that I grew up with. Here we learned that one mango plus another mango is 2 mangoes, and that we cannot become astronauts by testing the projectile capacity of eraser pieces. We learned that black is always the answer, and that despite popular opinion, there is a dismissal time for pep rallies. All of these events are just stories or inside jokes to you, but for us, they are the foundation of who we are today and who we will become in the future. Together, we made a lot of memories, some that will make us cringe in 20 years, but even more that will make us smile. Now, with this foundation, we're ready to move on. It's time to get excited for whatever the future holds, to see what we are capable of. Our time at Maynard formed the base of who we are now, but whatever we do next will only add on to that. The people we are as high school seniors are not the people we will be for the rest of our lives. The new things we will experience over the next year and the years after that will constantly shape us into new versions of ourselves, but each of them better because they're more us than the last. Our time together as a class is ending, but our time in another town or state or even country is just beginning. Some of us are staying here in Massachusetts, but we also have classmates heading off as far as Minnesota, Alabama, and even Fiji. Instead of dwelling on the past, let's remember our time here as the beginning of our future and the foundation of what we will go on to achieve. To my class, you are capable of more than you think you are. If you push yourselves, you'll be amazed at what you can do. To my friends, keep being the amazing, wonderful people that you are. I can't wait to see what you'll achieve. To my family, I can't thank you enough for the endless love and support. The future can often feel like a far-off place, but in reality, the future is the second after this one and all the seconds that follow it. With this in mind, I urge you to start chasing these new experiences and to let them take you where they will, as soon as you can. All of us have dreams, and while you may not be capable of achieving yours yet, it's not too early to start trying. Although not all of the steps you will take will lead you forward, they will all lead you to yourself and whatever is next to come. Congratulations, class of 2017. We did it.
And now we will start the presentation of scholarships with Terry Herring and the Herring Family Scholarship.
Thank you. The Herring Family Scholarship is given in appreciation and recognition of the faculty and staff of the Maynard Public Schools. This year's recipient is Mariana Panakis.
Now I'd like to call up Karen McGilvery with the WAVM Scholarship.
I'd like to start off by thanking the Friends of WAVM for raising the scholarship funds each year through fundraisers such as the Father-Daughter Dance. These scholarships are given each year in memory of my aunt, Karen Lee McGillivray. Karen was a dedicated member of WAVM who had a passion for working with others. These scholarships are given to 2 students each year who show their commitment to the success of WAVM like Karen did. This year's recipients are Caitlin Fields and Emma Bendel.
Now I'd like to welcome up Jackie Rogers and the Irving Davis Family Scholarship.
I'm always very happy to be here on this really special, fun day. And I'm very pleased to be able to present a scholarship each year, the Irving Davis Family Scholarship, that was established by my parents. This year, the Irving Davis Family Scholarship is awarded to Declan Mahoney.
Now I'd like to welcome up Joanne Boblack with the Franklin J. Boblack Memorial Scholarship.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm proud to give the 4th annual Franklin J. Boblack Scholarship Award to Jared Doucette. I'm proud to pass it on from Frank, my husband. He was so proud to be coming to Maynard High School as a volunteer to share his time with students so he could help out once a month, and he was always gratified by seeing the students work hard, and have fun. I know he would be proud of Jared's accomplishments while at Maynard, and wish you much success in your college career and beyond.
I'd like to welcome up Naveen Reynolds with the Middlesex Savings Bank Scholarship.
On behalf of Middlesex Savings Bank, I'd like to congratulate all the students of class 2017, and I'm pleased to present this scholarship to Jeremy Rappaport.
Now I'd like to welcome up Pat and Vic Lally with the Catherine Lally Memorial Scholarship.
My husband Vic couldn't be here this afternoon because he's away, and this is our son Matt. This past December 24th, our daughter Catherine died tragically in an auto accident. She was 22. Catherine was a vibrant young woman who touched many lives. She was a person who loved people, especially the young and the old. While attending Maynard High School and Middlesex Community College, Catherine worked with students who had special needs. She had a special gift, and the kids loved her. After graduating from Middlesex, she worked as an early childhood educator at the Goddard School in Bedford. She was loved by the staff and the children there as well. The Catherine K. Lally Memorial Scholarship Fund was developed because of her love for children and the many students she has already impacted. Catherine is and will continue to be missed by many, and with the help and generosity of friends, family, and the community, we are pleased to carry on Catherine's legacy for many years to come. Today, we are pleased to award the first scholarships to two students, Haley Simmons and Alana Atkinson.
Now I'd like to welcome up Jeff Turcotte with the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce.
Good afternoon. I also bring a citation from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives, and it states, "Be it hereby known that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Jeremy Rappaport in recognition of his achievement of the 2017 Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce Scholarship."
I'd like to welcome up Chris Sweeney with the Maynard Police Relief Association Memorial Scholarship.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2017. I'm the treasurer for the Maynard Police Relief Association. The Relief Association is a nonprofit charitable organization run by full-time employees of the Maynard Police Department. It's our way of giving back to our community. In the past, we've always given 2 scholarships to graduating seniors. As a result of our fundraising efforts, this year we are able to give 4 scholarships. It's my pleasure to present the 2017, thank you. It's my pleasure to present the 2017 Maynard Police Relief Association scholarships to Michael Ford, Philippe Fitzsimmons, Alexa Silva, and Eric Ramos.
Now I'd like to welcome up Paige Landry with the Melissa Soliner Scholarship.
Congratulations. My cousin Melissa was a former MHS student. Her life was dedicated to music, and she loved to give back to the community. This year's recipient played a huge part of the music community here. She was part of the band, the chorus, the madrigals, and a cappella. She was also in cheer, and she was a leader in the performing arts theater. She gave back to the school by being a teacher's aide for Miss Blanchard. My cousin would be proud to be giving this scholarship to her this year, and I am as well. This year's Melissa Sonner Music Scholarship will be awarded to Karima Hadoush.
Now I'd like to welcome up Deb Ledick for the Maynard Business Alliance.
Greetings for the Maynard Business Alliance. Congratulations to the class of 2017. Also to the teachers, staff, parents, friends, and family. It takes a village. The Maynard Business Alliance is a group of small business owners coming together to promote Maynard, our great little town. The MBA is awarding this scholarship to a student who is planning on pursuing a career in business and who has demonstrated community service. The student we have chosen will be attending college this fall and will be majoring in finance and economics. And now I'm pleased to present the MBA scholarship goes to Ryan Henderson.
Now I'd like to welcome up Yvonne Cormier with the Friends of Maynard Football Scholarship.
Good afternoon, my name's Yvonne Cormier. I'm the treasurer of Friends of Tiger Football. For those of you who don't know, Friends of Tiger Football is a private fundraising organization that raises money to support the Maynard High School program. It is important to understand, although the school pays for the team's essentials, Friends of Tiger Football supports the football program in other important aspects. For example, every year we purchase spirit packs, coaches apparel, football camps, team dinners, scholarships, and huddle software for the players and coaches. In the past years, we were able to purchase equipment, uniforms, and HD scouting cameras. When our team continued to win week after week last season, we were able to pay for 80% of the non-budgeted team dinners. We also outfitted the players, coaches, with championship hats and apparel. We are proud to say we brought home the Central Mass Championship. And also an appearance at the Super Bowl. I am happy to be here today to award scholarships to these deserving graduates on behalf of my fellow board members. I'm pleased to recognize and congratulate the following 3 students for successfully meeting the required criteria to receive a 2017 Friends of Tiger Football Scholarship. I'd like to congratulate PJ Falzone, I'd like to congratulate Eric Kiley, and last but not least, Akram Semakula. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome up Corey Sullivan with the Leo J. Hayes Memorial Scholarship.
Good afternoon and congratulations to the class of 2017. The Leo J. Hayes Memorial Scholarship was set up to honor a man who had great pride in the fact that he was from Maynard. He was a person who was always willing to help out others and was the first to offer a helping hand. Leo lost his life in a car accident in 2009, and we, his family, thought this scholarship would be a way to keep his giving heart, amazing smile, and zest for life alive. It is these qualities that we have seen in this year's recipient. On behalf of the entire Hayes-Sullivan family, it is my pleasure to present the Leo J. Hayes Memorial Scholarship to Paul Simeone.
I'd like to welcome up Jen Washburn with the Maynard Elks Scholarship.
Good afternoon. This year, the Maynard Lodge of Elks awarded 14 scholarships for students from Maynard and surrounding communities. For those that are not aware, you don't have to be a relative of a Maynard Elk to receive a scholarship. So we encourage students and families next fall to stop by the guidance counselor's office here at Maynard High School or the Maynard Elks to apply for scholarships. That being said, this year we are very pleased to award 3 deserving seniors scholarships for this year. I'd like to invite up Emma Bendel, Brenna Smith, and Paul Simeone. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2017.
I'd like to welcome up Brenda Sullivan with the John Walsh Memorial Booster Club Scholarship.
I would also like to welcome up 3 special people that are here today. In addition, where is Kyle Morgan? There he is. All right, first off, the John Walsh Memorial Booster Club Scholarship is awarded to a Maynard High School graduate Booster Club and been a member of the high school sports for at least 2 years. The recipients are involved in the school and/or community and demonstrate leadership and initiative. Our 2 John Walsh Memorial Booster Club recipients are Brenna Smith and Sesha Manning. Now, the explanation of my friends back here. Because of Booster Club activities and endowments, we're happy to be able to give 3 additional scholarships again this year. These scholarships have been named to honor 3 important and influential members of our community. The first is named in memory of Margaret Whitman Buscemi, and her grandson Kyle, class of 2018, will be shaking the hand and doing the congratulations. Mrs. Buscemi, as she was known by so many, was a familiar sight on Front Street or walking about town. She was an amazing cook, baker, and talented seamstress. And I'm taking this from experience, as I've had the pleasure of her sweet treats and her fine-fitting clothing. She was a community servant through her church, St. Bridget's, and the Maynard Emblem Club. She was an example to all, young and old, of what life should be all about: caring, loving, and giving. These same qualities she has taught and demanded of her family and can be seen in both her children and grandchildren. It is with great pleasure that I present this Booster Club Scholarship in loving memory of Margaret Buscemi to Matthew Geiger. The next two scholarships are not only in memory of two particularly special men, but these two gentlemen were founders of the Maynard Booster Club. They sat into organization to help support and recognize the accomplishment of all Maynard athletes. Alfred Fred DeGrappo has always been a familiar face in town, as he spent the full 78 years of his life as a Maynard resident. He was an athlete himself, a friend to anyone who visited the corner store, as a manager of the Maynard Country Club, and was undeniably a community servant as he served in the military. He's a member of St. Bridget's Parish, the Knights of Columbus, and the Maynard Elks. He was often seen on the athletic field supporting his children, grandchildren, along with everyone else's children and grandchildren. He was a true Maynardian, and his legacy will not only be honored by his family, but by every athlete who wears a Letterman's jacket given to them by the Booster Club. This year's scholarship in memory of Alfred DeGrappo is presented to Caitlin Fields and his grandson, Nick, class of 2011. Our next scholarship is presented in loving memory of Paul Murphy, or Mr. Murph, as he was known by so many. Mr. Murph was a Maynard resident and supporter for 83 years. Mr. Murphy was proud of the fact that he was a founding member of the Booster Club, along with his wife, Virginia, stayed active with the Booster Club for many years. He, as well, served his country and his community. He was the chaplain for the Maynard Elks, a member of the American Legion in St. Bridget's Parish. Quiet in his demeanor, the Murphy House was the place where everyone felt welcome, where you could go to seek assistance with anything that was going on in town. This legacy will be for sure continued through his children and grandchildren. A smiling face, a how do you do, and what can I do for you is what can be remembered. Whenever an athlete is presented a trophy, jacket, or certificate, it's due to the efforts of the DeGrappos and Murphys. It is my honor to announce the recipient of this Booster Club scholarship in memory of Paul R. Murphy by his grandson, Sean Murphy, also class of 2011, to Emily McNulty. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't often get to hang out with such handsome men. All right, I also have another hat that I'm wearing, hopefully, today. As president of the Maynard Emblem Club, it's my honor to be able to present the Maynard Emblem Club 205 past president Doris Coakley Scholarship to two young ladies who have worked hard to find success in their academics as well as their school and community. It is with great pleasure to be able to honor these two young ladies, as they too are members of the Maynard Emblem Club and have made us proud in their efforts over the past few years, helping us meet our goals of charitable activities. It's my honor to present the scholarship to Emma Bendel and Hannah Coleman. They might have known they got that one, but they don't think that they know that. Also, Hannah is receiving, let me see what it says here, Hannah. $1,600 from the Supreme Emblem Club. And Emma is also included in Maynard. She is getting $1,000 from the state and $2,500 from the Supreme Emblem Club. Congratulations to you all, graduates and families.
Now I'd like to welcome up Jen Adams with the Brenda Boker Flaherty Scholarship and Maynard High School Athletic Hall of Fame Scholarship.
Brenda Bowker Flaherty was a 1979 graduate of Maynard High School. Like the recipient of this scholarship, she had a love for music, books, her friends, her town, and her family. Congratulations to the recipient, Hannah Coleman. The Maynard High School Athletic Hall of Fame would like to acknowledge 2 graduates for their outstanding contributions to Maynard High School athletics. Congratulations to Brenna Smith and Matthew Geiger.
Now I'd like to welcome Stephanie Gavin with the Maynard Music Association Scholarship.
Congratulations to the class of 2017. On behalf of the Maynard Music Association, we would like to thank all the students for their enthusiastic participation in band and chorus. It's amazing the amount of musical talent we have in this community, and we hope they continue in their college years and beyond. This year's scholarship applications were reviewed by a committee of non-high school parents. We are pleased to present our Maynard Scholarship students to 3 outstanding music students. The first one is Siobhan Kels. The second one is Emma Bendel. Our third scholarship is in the name of William Brisson. He was a music teacher for 18 years at the Fowler School. Upon his retirement, the Maynard Music Association voted to honor his leadership and dedication to our young musicians by awarding the scholarship to a senior who has demonstrated dedication and passion for music. This year's recipient is Karima Hadoush. This year, we are also pleased to award 3 additional scholarships. The Maynard Music Association was the recipient of a grant from Una F. Murray and Harold McDonald Family Gift Fund. Part of this grant was designated for scholarships. The MMA is pleased to offer 3 additional 500 scholarships in the name of Charles Garabedian, the band director in Maynard Public Schools from 1953 to 1988. The recipients are Caitlin Fields, Owen Hale, and Emma Stevens.
Next, I'd like to welcome Steve Calagero for the Larry Veneria Scholarship.
Larry Veneria was a veteran teacher who spent just short of 30 years educating the children of Maynard in science. The Lawrence Veneria Memorial Scholarship has been established to honor the memory of Larry and to celebrate his dedication to our students. It is to be awarded to a student who excels at or demonstrates a passion for the sciences and who plans a career in the life sciences, Larry's area of passion. It is my honor to present this scholarship to a student who the science department unanimously agrees exemplifies these ideals. The recipient of the 2017 Lawrence Veneria Memorial Scholarship is Rachel Thompson.
Finally, I'd like to welcome up Kevin Caruso with the Lombardo Scholarship.
I'd like to congratulate the class of 2017. It's been a pleasure to be your assistant principal the last 2 years. I've been asked to present the Peter J. Lombardo Memorial Sports Award on behalf of the Lombardi family who are unable to be here with us today. Peter attended Maynard High School from 1988 to 1992. He was a dedicated, enthusiastic athlete who had the great love for all sports, our school, and his classmates. Pete played football, baseball, and basketball while at Maynard High School, where he received many awards. After graduation, he continued his education at Fitchburg State College, where he had received his bachelor's degree in sociology and played defensive back for the Falcons for 4 years. In July of 2010, Pete was unexpectedly taken from us in a fatal motorcycle accident. Since then, his mother Diane, father Dennis, and brothers Frank and Steve has sponsored a benefit motorcycle ride every year in his memory. This year, all the proceeds are given to the Maynard High School athlete who best exemplifies the dedication and love of sports that Peter brought to our school. It is the Lombardi family's hope that this award will help defray the rising cost of college expenses. I would like to congratulate Eric Kiley as the Lombardi family's choice to receive this award this year.
Now I would like to welcome the Maynard High School Band directed by Cindy Blanchard. So we actually have 3 more scholarships to present. I know, sorry. I'd like to start with the Pittman Basketball Scholarship presented by Mary Pittman.
I would like to congratulate the class of 2017. I would like to present the Pittman Basketball Scholarship in loving memory of my son, Michael Gary Pittman, to Paul Simeone.
Now I'd like to welcome up Paul Lawton with the Maynard Youth Football Scholarship. Okay, I guess we'll move on. I'd like to welcome up Steve Clagero with the MEA Scholarship.
The recipients for the Maynard Education Association scholarships are Hannah Coleman and Zach Nelson.
And now we will have the presentation of diplomas by class advisor Emily Dowd.
Oh my God. Rachel Marie Thompson. Rachel would be attending the University of Connecticut. She would like to thank the custodial staff, especially Louis. Rachel is the recipient of the following scholarships: Fraser and Forgy, Ann Duclos, and George Glad. Siobhan Patricia Kels. Siobhan would like to thank her friends and family for their support. She would also like to thank Mrs. Lerner, Mrs. G, Tony, and the custodial staff. She plans to attend Georgia Tech next year as an engineering major. Siobhan is the recipient of the Orchid Technologies Scholarship, the Maynard Music Association, and the Stratus Award. Janelle Carol Carr. Janelle will be attending the University of Alabama next fall as an undecided major on a pre-law track. She would like to thank all of her teachers, coaches, friends, and family, especially her dad, who has helped her throughout her education. Janelle is a recipient of the Fraser and Forgy Scholarship, George Glad, and Board of Selectmen. Brenna Rose Smith. Brenna will be attending St. Joseph's College and will be playing soccer there. She would like to thank her family for their endless support, all the teachers that have helped her through high school, and the custodial staff. Brenna is the recipient of the following scholarships: Maynard Elks, Maynard High School Hall of Fame, John Walsh Memorial Booster Club Scholarship. Ryan Patrick Henderson.
Ryan is attending Temple University in the fall. He would like to thank his family for their strong support for him throughout the years. Ryan is the recipient of the following scholarships: Maynard Alliance, Maynard Rotary Club, Maynard Business Alliance, and the Maynard Rotary Club. Caitlin Marie Fields. Caitlin is planning on attending UMass Amherst for microbiology in the fall. She would like to thank her parents and her sister Megan for always being there to help out or joke around. She would also like to thank all the teachers for helping her get where she is today and her friends for always keeping her entertained. Caitlin is the recipient of the following scholarships: Fraser and Forgy, Ann Duclos, class of 1963 and 64, Charles Garabedian, John Walsh Memorial Booster Club Scholarship in memory of Fred DeGrappo, and the Karen Lee McGilvery WAVM Scholarship. Celine Atkiss. Celine is planning to go to college in Massachusetts and study computer science. Celine is the recipient of the Guy Fowler and Clamola Glad Scholarships. Sarah Emily Amadon. Sarah would like to thank her friends for all of the unforgettable memories and her family for helping her get through the school years. Alana Christine Atkinson. After high school, Alana is going to Mass Bay Community College. She would like to thank her parents and her siblings and all of her teachers for helping her get through her high school career. Alana is the recipient of the Catherine Lally Scholarship. Michaela Teresa Barbagallo. Michaela will be studying nursing at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. She would like to thank her parents and siblings for the endless love and support, Helen for being her person, Hannah and Rachel for the constant source of laughter, Mrs. Durando for being her second mom, Ms. Trayman for being a friend and a mentor, Maria and the lunch staff, Tony and the janitorial staff, and Trisha Marshall and Megan McCaffrey. Michaela is the recipient of the following scholarships: Ann Duclos, George Glad, and the Maynard High School Scholarship. Emma Marie Bendel. Emma would like to thank her mother, father, and sister for always being there when she needed them. She would also like to thank the teachers, awesome custodians, and friends that made her time at MHS special. Emma is the recipient of the Ann Duclos Scholarship, Maynard Elks, Maynard Music Association, Maynard Emblem Club number 205, P.P. Doris Coakley School, and the Karen McGilvery Scholarship. Brandon John Bistany. Brandon will be attending Worcester State University in the fall and wants to thank his family for their support. Brandon is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Julia Duran Bourgeois. Julia will be attending Assumption College in the fall. She would like to thank her friends and family for always being a solid support system and her teachers for helping her succeed through her years within the Maynard schools. Julia is a recipient of the Guy Fowler and Clamola Glad Scholarships. Nicholas Joseph Callahan. Nick will be going to Mass Bay for 1 year, then to SUNY Stony Brook, where he will play baseball. Catherine Elizabeth Campbell. Katie will be attending Dickinson College in the fall. She would like to thank Mrs. G, Mrs. Lerner, and Miss McPhee. Katie is the recipient of the Fraser and Forgy Scholarship and the Ann Duclos Scholarship. Tyler Brown Cedeno. Tyler will be attending Roger Williams University in the fall and will also be playing baseball there in the spring. He would like to thank his mama and his whole tribe, Jordan, Rye, Maxie, and Marin, his father, George, Katie Claire, and his money team boys. Tyler is a recipient of the Guy Fowler Scholarship. Hannah Louise Coleman. Hannah will be attending UMass Lowell, majoring in exercise physiology. She would like to thank her parents and sister for their support over the years and her friends for the laughs, as well as Mr. Waldron, Mrs. Brennan, and Mr. Luther. Hannah is the recipient of the Fraser and Forgy Scholarship, George Glad, Brenda Bowker Flaherty, the Maynard Education Association, the Maynard Emblem Club number 205, P.P. Doris Coakley Scholarship. James Leo Connor. James is going to Bridgewater State University in the fall with an undeclared major, and he'd like to thank his family for endless support through his schooling career. James is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Timothy Aiden Callahan. Tim would like to thank all of his family and all of his teachers at Case for their love and support. He had a great year at Maynard High School and loved meeting the staff and students. He's excited to start his next adventure at the RISE program in Bedford. Roy Yu. Roy would like to thank his mom, dad, and big brother for all of their love and support. He would also like to thank the Case staff for their continued support throughout the years, and he's excited to attend the RISE program in Bedford next year. Nathan Thomas D. Nathan would like people to know that he is a triplet who has faced many challenges in his life, but has been able to succeed with the love and help of his family and teachers, who he is so thankful for. He is grateful to his sister Anna and his brother Connor, who have always been there for him, and especially mom and dad, who have fought for him, and always make sure that he is happy and loved. Joel Amon Daniels. Joey wants to thank all of his teachers for supporting him, especially Carrie Bremer and her staff at the McCarthy Town Elementary School, Gwen Bertrand and her staff at the Fowler Middle School, and Alyssa LePaine, Terry Adams, Michelle Wirtz, and Laura Jeffries, and all the staff at Maynard High School. And of course, he wants to thank his mom, his dad, his brother, Jonathan, and his dog, Jeffrey, who are always cheering him on and waiting with big hugs at the end of each day. He can't wait for the next 4 years at the RISE program in Bedford. James Matthew Conroy. James will be attending Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts to major in English communications. He would like to thank his family, Ms. Favre, and everyone who supports him. Ella Isabel de Mesa. Ella would like to thank her parents, Rosalie and Edgar, for supporting her throughout her high school career, and Maynard High School for her successful education. She would also like to thank her field hockey coach, Brenda Sullivan, for guiding her. Finally, she thanks her fellow classmates, whom she wishes the best of luck. Ella is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Delia Rose Donovan. Delia will be taking a gap semester and traveling to Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia on a service and oceanic skills trip. She will then be attending UMass Boston in the spring and majoring in criminal justice. Delia would like to thank her family for their support, all of her teachers for their help along the way, and the custodians, with a special shout out to Kyle and Tony. Jared Thomas Doucette. Jared plans to continue studying design as he wants to become an interior designer and have a focus in business. He wants to thank the teachers and staff at Maynard High School. Jared is the recipient of the Franklin Bobcat Scholarship. Lauren Ashley Doucette. Lauren is attending Curry College in the fall to study psychology and plans to become a psychiatrist. She would like to thank Megan Lent, Cooper, Priscilla, Ms. Vavra, Mrs. Reed, Mrs. Thompson, and most of all her parents. Lauren is a recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Karen Elizabeth Duddy. Karen would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for their endless support that they have provided throughout the years. Kevin is the recipient of the Fraser and Forgy and Clamola Glad Scholarships. Nathaniel Duplessis. Nate would like to thank Miss Favra, Mrs. Reed, Miss Brennan, and Miss LaBelle. He would also like to thank his mother and the money team. Nate is the recipient of the following scholarships: George Glad, Maynard Youth Football, 5 Wood Scholarship in honor of Michael Lesage. Allison Elaine Ennegus. Allison is going to be attending Merrimack College in the fall and will be studying mathematics. She wants to thank her parents, Mark and Kristen, her sister Mallory, and her brother John for the unconditional love and support they gave her. Allison is the recipient of the Arthur St. Germain Scholarship. Peter John Falzone. PJ plans to attend the University of New Hampshire. PJ thanks his parents and coaches for everything they have done to get him to where he is today. PJ is the recipient of the following scholarships: Boys and Girls Club, Friends of Maynard Football, and Maynard Youth Football. Jacob Kendall Farley. Jake wants to thank his family, his teachers, specifically Mrs. McLean, Mrs. Maida, Mrs. Vavra, Mr. Devine, and Mr. Orzik. He also wants to thank his friends for getting him through the past 4 years. A huge thanks to his best friend Ty Pinson and his cat Oreo. Philippe John Fitzsimmons. Pipo would like to thank all his friends and family and the awesome teachers he has had in the last 3 years. He would like to especially thank his mom for always reminding him to do his work on time, which is probably 50% of the reason he is graduating. Pipo is the recipient of the Maynard Police Relief Scholarship. Kelly Kathleen Flynn. Kelly is going to Lesley University. Kelly would like to thank her parents, Joseph, Christopher, and Erin. Kelly is a recipient of the Guy Fowler and Best Buddies scholarships. Michael James Foley. Michael will be attending Westfield State University in the fall. He would like to thank his mom, dad, brother, Nana, and the entire family for all the love and support, and the boys for keeping it real. Michael is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Michael Joseph Ford. Mike would like to thank his teachers, friends, and especially his family for all the support throughout the past 4 years. Mike is the recipient of the Maynard Police Relief Scholarship. Jennifer Catherine Gargus. Jennifer wishes to thank her family, friends, Miss McPhee, and Mr. Luther. She will be studying at Worcester State University in the fall. Stephen Michael Gargus. Stephen will be attending Worcester State University and would like to thank his parents and his sister. Stephen is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Matthew Christopher Geiger. Matt will be attending UMass Amherst in the fall and would like to thank his mom, dad, brothers, and the rest of his family. Matt is the recipient of the following scholarships: Fraser and Forgy, MHS Hall of Fame, Catherine Kinsley, John Walsh Memorial Booster Club Scholarship in memory of Margaret Whitman Buscemi. Ludovico Joy. Ludo would like to thank his family that made his dream of studying in the United States possible and for always supporting him in this decision. He also wants to thank his host family that always helped him during this year and in every situation and let him have a fantastic senior year. Last but not least, he wants to thank every single student at Maynard High School because they have been very friendly to him and helped him have the best experience of his life. Karima Amal Hadouche. Karima would like to thank her parents, Mrs. LaBelle, Mrs. Bradley, Mrs. Gerondo, Miss McPhee, Mrs. Blanchard, the Play Squad, the Meme Squad, and the Gals. She will be attending UMass Amherst next year and will be studying secondary education. Karima is the recipient of the Melissa Saulnier Scholarship and the William Brisson Music Scholarship. Owen Francis Hale. Owen will be studying biology at the Georgia Institute of Technology. He would like to thank Mrs. Adams, Mr. Waldron, Mrs. G, Mrs. Lerner, and Mrs. Cairns. Owen is the recipient of the Acadia Communication Scholarship and the Charles Garabedian Music Scholarship. Jonathan Griffith Hart. John will be attending Keene State College. He would like to thank his parents for always being there for him and Miss Muse for keeping him on track. John is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Morton Hellman. Morton would like to thank his host family. Gwendolyn Frayne Johnston. Gwen will be going to UMass Amherst to study animal science. She would like to thank her parents for all their love, and Maggie Jones, Mrs. Gerondo, Mr. Orzick, Mr. Flynn, Mr. Trudeau, Mrs. Lerner, Mrs. LeBlanc, Ms. McPhee, Mrs. Blanchard, and Mrs. Faisal for all they have taught her. Gwen is the recipient of the following scholarships: Fraser and Forgy, George Glad, Clamola Glad, Ladies of Calvia, the Peter Martin Make America Educated Again Scholarship for Suburban Achievers. Alexander Dominic Cusick. Alex will attend Carleton College in the fall. He wishes to thank his friends, coaches, and teachers. A huge thank you goes to his family for the unwavering support through all the years. He could have never done it without you. Alex is the recipient of the Fraser and Forgy Scholarship, the George Glad Scholarship, and the classes of 1963 and 1964 scholarship. Francisco Javier Lancho. Javier is going to be studying at Lesley University. He would like to thank his host family for providing him with the amazing treatment he had during this year, and to all his teachers. Jeremy Raymond LaRocque. Jeremy will be attending Framingham State University, majoring in political science. He is thankful for his third grade teacher, Mrs. Duddy, for helping him learn how to learn, and Mr. Grandin for his mentorship and guidance about college. Jeremy is the recipient of the Guy Fowler and Kamola Glad Scholarship. Megan Schuyler Lent. Megan would like to thank her family and her friends, and Megan is the recipient of the Walter Wasick Scholarship. You ready? Brianna Lynn Lazat. Brianna would like to thank her mom for supporting her, and she thanks Ms. Maida for being such a wonderful teacher. Her favorite times were best buddies and school activities, junior prom, and homecoming dances. She would like to leave behind her little sister Joella to keep Ms. Maida busy for the next 4 years. Alexander Stephen Longo. Alex would like to thank his family, friends, baseball and football coaches, and the MHS faculty. Alex will be spending a semester at Mass Bay Community College before pursuing a transfer program through Santa Barbara City College in order to attend UC Santa Barbara. Alex is the recipient of the Maynard Youth Football Scholarship Award. Ryan Matthew McCormick. Ryan would like to thank his family and friends for all their support. Declan Francis Mahoney. Declan will be attending Mass Bay Community College for 2 years, then transferring to a state school. He would like to thank all of the wonderful teachers at Maynard and his mother, Margaret, and his siblings. Declan is the recipient of the Irving Davis Scholarship. Sesha Ann Manning. Sesha would like to thank her coaches, teachers, Miss Lerner, Miss Blank, Brenda, friends, parents, and her sister. She plans on majoring in biology at Roger Williams University. Sesha is the recipient of the following scholarships: Anne Duclos, Fraser and Forgy, class of 1970, and the John Wall Memorial Booster Club Scholarship. Trevor Lloyd McBean. Trevor would like to thank his family for all their support. Trevor is the recipient of the Maynard Auto Club Scholarship and the Lawton Family Scholarship. Emily Rose McNulty. Emily will be attending Merrimack College on a field hockey scholarship. She will be majoring in sports management. She would like to thank her parents, grandparents, brother, friends, Miss Favre, and Brenda Sullivan. Emily is the recipient of the following scholarships: George Glad, John Walsh Booster Club Memorial Scholarship in memory of Paul Murphy. Stephen Joseph Kuhn. Stephen would like to thank his mom and dad, his sister Leslie, his brother Nicholas, and his Grammy and Papa. He would also like to thank his teachers, Mrs. Fitzsimmons and Mrs. Maida. He will miss his friends from Best Buddies, especially Maggie and Matthew. Eric Paul Kiley. Eric would like to thank his parents, his brother Brian, the boys, Megatron, Beethoven, his coaches, and the custodians for cleaning his messes. Eric is the recipient of the following scholarships: Best Buddies, Lombardo Family, Friends of Maynard Football, and Maynard Youth Football Scholarships. Dante McPherson. Dante would like to thank his extremely supportive mother and the rest of his family for always being there for him. He will be attending Worcester State University in the fall. Dante is the recipient of the Guy Fowler Clamola Glad Fivewood Scholarship in honor of Michael Lesage. Karina Morales. Karina will be going to Mass Bay Community College. She thanks her mother for guiding her through the positives of life. Karina is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship and the Peter Martin Make America Educated Again Scholarship for suburban achievement. Nolan Taylor Mullaney. Nolan would like to thank his family for the support over the years. He will be attending Assumption College. He hopes to meet new people and stay in touch with the boys. Nolan is the recipient of the Guy Fowler and Clamola Glad scholarships. Zachary Nelson. Next year, Zach will be playing hockey for the Bach Militia junior team as he takes classes at Mass Bay Community College. He would like to thank his mom and Mrs. McLean for all of their support throughout the years. Zach is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Jake William Novak. Jake would like to thank all the teachers and staff who helped him throughout his high school career. He'd also like to thank his parents, and especially his older sister Jennifer, who was the biggest role model and mentor throughout the last 4 years. Jake is the recipient of the following scholarships: Guy Fowler, Clamola Glad, and the Peter Martin Make America Educated Again Scholarship for Suburban Achievers. Eugene Marshall Otieno. Eugene will be attending Mass Bay Community College and would like to thank his family. Eugene is the recipient of the Maynard Youth Football Scholarship. Lynn Amelie Ovstus. Lynn would like to thank her wonderful parents for making it possible for her to come here to study for a year. She would also very much like to thank her wonderful host mom, Amanda, for being the person that she is and for making this an amazing year. Mariana Lee Panakis. Mariana will be attending and playing soccer for Keene State College, where she will be majoring in biology. She would like to thank her parents, Heidi and Steve Panakis, her brother George, sister Katie, and her dog Sophie, as well as Miss Favre and Mrs. McLean. She thanks you all so much for your support. Mariana is the recipient of the following scholarships: Herring Family and the 5 Wood Scholarship in honor of Michael Lesage. Ferguson John Lee Pierre. Fergie will be attending Mass Bay Community College and wants to thank his mom for all of her support. Fergie is the recipient of the Peter Martin Make America Educated Again Scholarship for Suburban Achievers. Marcelo Enrique Pania. Marcelo would like to thank his family and friends for the support they have given him throughout the years, and now that he has finished high school, he will be going to Mass Bay Community College. Pong Chishin. Pong would like to thank Maynard High School for the opportunity to attend school here, and he wishes his fellow classmates good luck next year. Eric Lee Ramos. Eric will be attending UMass Lowell for computer science. He would like to thank his family, his friends, and all his teachers. He would also like to wish his classmates the best of luck in the future. Eric is the recipient of the Guy Fowler, Clamola Glad, and Acadia Communications Scholarships. Jeremy Aaron Rappaport. Jeremy will be attending Bentley University and majoring in accounting. He would like to thank his friends and family for all the support throughout the years, as well as Mr. Waldron and Miss G. Jeremy is the recipient of the Middlesex Savings Bank Scholarship and the Middlesex West Chamber of Commerce. Brian Matthew Rhodes. Brian will be attending MCLA, and he would like to thank his family and friends. Brian is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Akram Tendo Semakula. Akram will be attending BU, majoring in engineering. Akram would like to give a shout out to his family. Akram is a recipient of the Friends of Maynard Football Scholarship and the Maynard Youth Football Scholarship. Hajira Haroon Siddiqui. Hajira will be attending Worcester Polytechnic Institute for Computer Science in the fall. She would like to thank her mom and dad. Without their love and support, she would not be where she is today. She would like to thank all of the teachers she's had for teaching and helping her become a better person. She would also like to thank the friends she has made over the years for being there for her. Lastly, she would like to thank her brother for constantly showing her trendy memes. Hajira is the recipient of the Acadia Communications Scholarship. Alexa Castro Silva. Alexa plans on going to Framingham State University for computer science. She wishes to thank God and her entire family for guiding her along the way and always being there for her. Alexa is the recipient of the Guy Fowler, MHS Foreign Language, and Acadia Communications Scholarships. Paul David Simeone. Paul is attending Bridgewater State University in the fall and majoring in communication sciences and disorders. Paul would like to thank his parents, Cheryl and Mike, his brother David, all his friends and family, and anyone that supported him through his accident. Paul is the recipient of the Maynard Elks Scholarship, the Pittman and Leo Hayes Scholarships. Haley Jean Simmons. Haley will be attending Dean College in the fall to study liberal arts and early childhood education. She would like to thank her parents, Matthew, Benjamin, her dog, Mrs. LeBlanc, Mr. Rondo, Mr. Luther, and her friends. Haley is a recipient of the Arthur St. Germain and Catherine Lally Scholarships. Andrew Joseph Skavikas. Andrew will miss the lunch activities playing 50 before track and the Slippery Sid podcast. He wants to thank Mr. Grandin, Mrs. Cairns, and Mrs. LeBlanc for challenging him. He also wants to thank his parents and sisters for pushing him throughout high school. He will be studying biomedical engineering at the University of Rhode Island. Andrew is a recipient of the Orchid Technologies Scholarship. Elena Noel Steed. Elena is planning to attend Philadelphia University. She would like to thank her parents, Miss Vavra, Mrs. Thompson, Mrs. Reed, and her dog Hazel. Elena is the recipient of the Guy Fowler Scholarship. Emma Rose Stevens. Emma will be attending DePaul University in the fall to study psychology. She would like to thank Mrs. Gerondo, Tony, the gals, the play squad, Kyle, and her parents for helping her through her senior year. Emma is the recipient of the Guy Fowler Scholarship and the Charles Garabedian Music Scholarship. Joshua Sullivan. Josh would like to thank his friends, family, and teachers that have helped him to get where he is today. Josh is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Marina Dolores Sullivan. Marina would like to thank her family, Ms. Vavra and Ms. McLean. Marina will be attending Massachusetts College of Art and Design. Marina is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Cameron Robert Talon. Cam wants to thank all the teachers that helped him and his parents. Cam is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Patricia Katendi Tamali. Patricia would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for all the help and support while she was at Maynard High School. Patricia is the recipient of the George Glad Scholarship. Nicholas Anthony Weber. Nick will be attending Framingham State University in the fall, class of 2021. He would like to thank his brother Chris, his sister-in-law Jenny, all of his teachers, coaches, and his counselor, Miss Muse. Nick is the recipient of the Lawton Family Scholarship and the Five Wood Scholarship in honor of Michael Lesage. Danny Zeller. Danny will be attending UMass Amherst and would like to thank her mom, Miss LaBelle, Mrs. Durando, Mr. Trudeau, and Miss Muse for all their kindness, help, and compassion throughout their years at Maynard High School. That's it.
Superintendent Girardi, School Committee Vice Chair Hem, members of the school committee, members of the Board of Selectmen, and all assembled dignitaries and guests. Let me begin by thanking the Maynard High School Band, WAVM, our custodial staff, our secretarial staff, dedicated faculty, class advisor Emily Dowd, assistant principal and athletic director Kevin Caruso, our generous scholarship donors, the parents, families, and friends of our graduating seniors, and the seniors themselves for joining together here this afternoon, for all the hard work and dedication they've put in to make this afternoon's graduation ceremony possible. This is the last time the seniors assembled here will be gathered as students of Maynard High School. In but a few minutes, they will be graduates of Maynard High School and will join the ever-growing ranks of our honorable alumni. In every case, you've done it. You've gotten here. So now, you each have irrefutable evidence of success. And since you have irrefutable evidence of success, don't stop here. Continue to learn. Continue to grow. Find your passion and follow it. Find your way to kindness and practice it. Never be satisfied by where you are when there's always an opportunity to reach a little higher. Do this in your work, in your learning, in your interactions with people you meet, and with the people you love most. I say you can do all of these things, not because I'm supposed to say something like this at graduation, not to make your parents and relatives and friends feel good, but because you've already shown you can. Congratulations to the class of 2017. With today's graduation, we continue for a second year with a tradition established at Maynard High School. As part of his senior project around special effects and costume design, MHS graduate Justin Duggan of the class of 2016 handcrafted a ceremonial torch of leadership as the 2016 class gift. It's right up here. Would senior class president Janelle Carr please come forward and take up the torch? Would junior class president Garvey Cummings please come forward? I invite Janelle to pass the torch to Garvey. With the passing of this torch, the class of 2018 now assumes the role of student leadership at Maynard High School. May the class of 2018 reach or exceed the impressive bar set by the class of 2017. And now would the students for the tassel ceremony please step forward and kindly wait for my signal. I have but one task left this evening. As the principal of Maynard High School, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby certify to the Maynard School Committee Superintendent Girardi, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education that each member of the Maynard High School graduating class of 2017 has fulfilled all local and state standards required for high school matriculation. At this time, I declare that each senior assembled here is a graduate of Maynard High School with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017.